Welcome to your practice. This is your time to breathe and notice the sensations created while we flow gently through this total body mobility practice. All you're going to need are bare feet, no arms in your chair, and a towel or blanket that we can fold as we work our ankles today. So let's begin. First of all, by finding a comfortable seat. Scoot your bum a little bit so you really feel yourself sitting in your chair. And reach your arms up, breathe in. And slowly lower those arms down. Now we're going to do something called cat-cow breathing. I'll turn sideways if that's new for you. Come forward slightly in your seat. Legs are hip-width apart. Hands are on your knees. As you breathe in, your ribs come forward. You look up. As you exhale, you drop your chin and arch your back like a cat. Let's do 4 more of these. Breathe in, look up. Exhale. Curl that back, look down. Again, breathe in. Ribs forward. Exhale, drop your chin. Arch that back. Last time, bring those ribs forward, look up. And we're gonna hold our cat back, pressing with the palms of your hands into your knees, pressing that back. Should feel a lovely stretch in that upper back around your shoulder blades. Breathe here. Nice, come back to center. Now let's bring a little more mobility and hydration through your whole spine. Sitting forward still slightly in your chair, we are going to bend forward and then go the opposite direction in our chair. So sliding those hands down the front of your shins, stopping at that spot your body says stop. Breathe in. And as you exhale, come back upright, reach your hands towards the back of your chair and ribs forward, head up, shoulders pointing to the back wall. Breathe. Again. Release your hands, place them on your thighs, and let's go down into that forward fold. Breathe here. Now press your body through your feet, upright in your chair. Reach back, shoulders back, look up. Breathe. Feels so nice to get that movement in our shoulders and upper back. Release your hands, back on your thighs. Down we go with our hands reaching towards the floor, wherever your body's stopping point is, and now pressing up last time. Hands reaching back. Shoulders rolling back towards the back wall, look up. And again, notice the sensations in your upper back as we do this move. One last breath. And drop your head, relax your shoulders, bring your hands to your thighs. And we are now going to go into some rotations above our hips, making sure we've got mobility established in that back. Now you're in charge of how quickly or slowly you're moving and how big or small a circle your body is drawing above those hips. Stop at the back. Let's go the opposite direction. And again, respecting any limits your body may have in this motion. Twice more around. Last time. We're gonna stop in back and take a moment to breathe. I'm gonna turn my chair so you have a little better view of this next move. I'm coming forward slightly in my seat, extending my right leg out, resting on the heel. Hands come to heart center. This is a lovely twist for the lower body. Hinging forward from your hips, your back is straight. Rotate off to the side, and now just notice where you're feeling length being created. Breathe here. One more breath. And bring yourself back to center, holding onto your chair and pushing back slightly. Let's leave this right leg now lifted. Point the toes and trace a circle in the air. Stop at the top and let's go the opposite direction. Now we're really engaging core, outside of the hip, upper legs. Beautiful job. Lower that foot. Now I'm going to move this hip a little closer to the side of my chair so I can drop my knee. Now notice I'm going to extend my foot so that the top of my foot is resting against the floor. The sole of my foot is pointing up to the sky, and we're just creating more mobility within that ankle. Such a critical skill for how well we move as we're walking, particularly on uneven ground. So 2 more breaths here. Last breath. Doesn't it feel so nice to take time for yourself? All right, bring that leg forward. Come to the center of your chair, and now it's time to grab that towel or blanket and make sure that it's folded tightly. We're going to place it on the floor in front of us. Our feet are resting on our heels, but the rest of our foot is up on the blanket. Now, lift your heels off the floor and slowly lower. Again, lift. Slowly lower them down. Lift. Slowly lower them down. One more time. Lift. And slowly lower them down. Scoot back a little bit. Cross that right leg over the left. And let's rotate that ankle. Opposite direction. All right. Time to help the opposite side of our body move well. So I'm turning my chair and my blanket, putting it close by. This time, you're sitting forward again slightly, resting the left leg on the heel, hinging forward from your hip, hands at heart center, and rotate the opposite way. And again, pay attention to what you're feeling in the back of the leg, perhaps up in your entire back, up into your neck. 2 breaths here. Last time, breathe in. Exhale, untwist. Bring those arms back to the side of your chair and scoot back slightly. Still working with that left leg. Circles. Again, core is being engaged. Opposite rotation. Upper legs outside of the hips, glutes. Beautiful job. And reach towards that blanket. Place the balls of your feet on the blanket, the heels down on the floor. Lift and lower. 3 more just like that. Lift and lower. 2 more. Lift and lower. Last time. Lift and lower. Let's go over to the side of our chair. Again, resting the foot. 1 more time. Soles up, toes down. Enjoying that move. And bring that foot back. Now my left foot is going to cross over. I'm holding my shin while I rotate that ankle. And now the opposite direction. Bringing our feet back on the floor. I'm going to move my blanket out of the way. We're all done with the blanket today. Let's scoot slightly forward again. Really going to gift our hips with some greater range today. Opening up those knees. Asking your knees to move towards the side walls within your body's comfort range. Sitting nice and tall over your hips. Just breathe in this position for a moment. You may be experiencing a little resistance. If this is your range, or even here, simply pressing those knees out gently will encourage greater mobility. Now let's add some arm movements to this pose. This is Goddess pose. Now we are going to reach both arms over to the right wall. My elbow is gently reaching back to the wall behind me. Notice what you're feeling around this left hip. Now come back upright and lower your arms for a moment. Shoulder roll back. We're going to go to the right again, but this time we're going to come up on the ball of your left foot. So up on the ball of the left foot, arms up and over. Do you notice any difference around the hip? More engagement, more mobility. Bring it back up, lower the arms. Breathe. Let's bring those arms out to your side, pointing your fingers up towards the sky within your body's range. And now point those fingers down, helping those wrists move well up and down, up and down. Beautiful job. Bring your knees together. Let's go into a forward fold. Giving those hips a break for a moment. Breathing here. And come back upright. Once more, we are in that goddess pose. Where is your range of movement right now? Sitting nice and tall. Goddess arms. Let's do a rotation to the right this time. And again, focus on what you're feeling. It's important to know that Movement really matters for our body. Arms up, and let's lean to the left. Focusing on what we're feeling on the right hip. And come upright. We're up on the ball of that right foot this time. Up and over. Notice any difference around that right hip. Beautiful. Come back upright. Lower your arms for a moment. Foot is flat on the floor. Arms are out in cactus. And now, extend those arms. Fingers up. And fingers pointing down. Again, we all have a range of motion at this point that varies from one person to the next. And fingers up. And down. Nicely done. Keep your legs where they are, but bring them in 1/4 of an inch closer. That should feel much more comfortable. Hip hinge forward as we reach to the front corners with our arms. Down dog, variation for chair. 2 breaths here. Last breath in. And exhale, bring it up. I'm going to turn my body towards the right wall, giving a lot of additional mobility work to that hip. So you are either on your toes or flat foot behind, whichever works for you. Turn towards that right wall. And arms are up overhead for a classic warrior one. But now we're going to engage our back muscles. So bring your belly button in gently towards your backbone and hip hinge forward. Your trunk is nice and strong with that belly button pulled in. Now let's counter that move. Reach up and back, holding onto the back of your chair with your right arm if need be. One more breath. And look forward. Right hand is still on your chair, left hand sweeps to the back. Look back. Nice rotation in that spine. Now we're going to go into your shoulder once more, slowly within your range, up, around, and down. And eyes follow your hand. And down one more time, up, around, and down. Come center and switch the leg in back. I'm going to be on my toes this time in a lunge. Left foot towards the wall. Classic warrior one. Now ask your belly button to come in gently towards your backbone as we modify this warrior one. Moving from your hip socket, not your back. Trunk is nice and supported with those core muscles. And now begin to reach up and reach back with the right hand. Left is holding on to the back of your chair. What are you noticing in the front of that hip that's in the back? Now, reach back, look back on the right side. Again, a nice rotation in that thoracic spine. That's important when we walk. Reaching up, around, and down. Up, around, and down, up, around, and down. Stop for a moment, just in case that movement made you a little dizzy. Bring those knees back in front of your body. Caress yourself back into your chair. A little room behind your back, because we're going to finish out with some arm movements to really assist in greater mobility again. Sweep forward, elbows and palms, and open. Bring those elbows down into your hip pocket. And reach up. Cactus arms, elbows, palms, and sweep it open. Bring those elbows down. One more time, reaching up, out, sweep together, and open, elbows down. Rest those hands on your thighs and sit comfortably in your chair. We're going to do a body scan and just see how we feel compared to when we started. So I would encourage you to close your eyes as you're breathing deeply and just notice how your shoulders are feeling compared to when we started. And that back did a lot of movement. You're still breathing nice and evenly. Perhaps you're rotating one shoulder forward and then the other. Just notice how good it feels to move more freely. And down into those hips. Are they feeling more warmth or a little more freedom as you were moving those legs in our exercises? Open the eyes, breathe in. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. We're going to do this one more time. Breathe in nice and deeply, reach up, reach up, reach up. Bring your hands to heart center and rest your palms. Thank you for practicing with me today. If you enjoyed this practice, please feel free to subscribe. Share it with a friend. It always helps to grow the channel. And remember that when we move well, we can certainly live better lives. Namaste. Thank you for being here. See you soon.